like come in. We won't see who's in unless they like type in, but yeah. So we are live right now on the Mom Moguls page. Like if y'all want to, y'all can share it if you haven't already so other people can see it on your timeline. But other than that, we just gonna play it cool. Oh gosh, I see it on my page. All right. Oh Lord. Okay. If y'all are joining in, just give us a moment. We're trying to make sure everything's situated, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just bear with us for a moment.
Okay, I'm about to share the screen.
All right.
Just so we can see the tab for them to rate and the music.
All right. You want me to share the thing?
Yes.
Oh.
When it loads, though, it should be loading. There we go.
I know.
This
Look at you all fancy. All right. Okay, I was on mute, y'all. My bad. All right, y'all. Welcome. Today we are going to be talking a bit about distance learning and how we're adjusting to it and tips to share and if all that jazz. So first off, I'm Adriana. I am the founder of Mom Moguls, and my boys are 7 and 2. We're almost 2. And right now I'm just dealing with distance learning with my 7-year-old, and I'll get into more detail. We're adjusting with all that awkwardness, but we're the online learning route. And yeah, we'll talk about that in just a moment. But I'm gonna let these other ladies tell y'all like a quick brief sentence about what they do and stuff. And y'all know I get tongue tied, so Yeah, so we're just gonna let them go.
All right. Hey, mamas. I'm so glad you can join us live or in replay. I am Charlene Clark. I am a teacher by trade, and I'm also a middle school mom. And I'm just passionate about working with youth. So I'm excited to be here. I also have a middle schooler. And so, yeah, I look forward to the great conversations we'll have today about remote learning.
I don't know.
All right, just
my stuff is.
You gotta introduce
yourself. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! So y'all can't hear me?
We can hear you. The screen's just
we can hear
freezing
you.
Off.
Okay. So
but we can hear you.
My name is Jessica, and I am the founder of the Digital Mompreneur, and I have a 9-year-old that is in elementary school right now doing distance learning, and I also have a 1-year-old and a 7-month-old. So this year has been quite interesting, and I look forward to connecting.
Yeah. So as y'all can tell, we have like a little mixed background, but we are just gonna get started. So any time, okay. Sorry, look at the comments. All right. So if at any moment or any time you want to chime in something or like how you're adjusting, like the ages of your children or anything else, just let us know because we want to hear it all, like spill all the tea about the distance learning. But we are just gonna kind of talk about how we've been adjusting. Of course, like with my son, like we are on like week 3 of online learning. The first week was really tough because my son's so used to the face-to-face interaction, so having to do everything online, it was adjustment because the names of them, trying to figure out the logins and the rooms, and it's been hectic. But we are doing pretty good, and having to find a schedule and everything it's been a lot. I don't even know, like, if I start talking over y'all, but like if y'all tell me to hush, I'm needed, but
oh no, you're good. So is your work, is it live, like where he has to have a set schedule to tune into the live classes, or is it kind of like self-paced, pre-recorded type activities?
Ours is live, so we have to make sure we are on the computer 7:20 a.m. and so they can do like all the announcements and stuff, and then they're like in the screen, like they do try to do like little breaks and stuff. It's like he's stuck on the screen for like a couple of hours at a time, and then mini break, come right back on the computer, live teaching and stuff, which he's slowly starting to get the hang of it, but he still wants like the personal thing. He's like, I can't wait for like school to come back in, or like we can go back, like things to go back to normal. But so far it's been pretty good. Like I can't complain about it because it's like the teachers and I salute his teacher because like with the little young kids, my son's in 2nd grade, and then when they're random outbursts and stuff, so it's interesting how they did that. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. It's interesting how they're doing that with the distance learning, but he's been adjusting well. It's just the schedule thing and him trying to figure out like, okay, we are at home and like he still has to be in front of like the computer and listen to the teacher instead of trying to run to me and tell me like, oh mom, I got
right
50 points on this. Like go back on the computer, you in school. Like that's our biggest thing is getting him to focus on the computer and not try to run off and talk to me at the same time or try to play games with his baby brother. And it's like, okay, like get back on the computer and do your schoolwork. So focus is one thing for us. Like we're working on.
And I think it's going to just be something with a lot of kids. You know, when we think about us as adults, those of us that have went to school, you know, some people's learning style, you know, some people it's just hard to even just do online stuff. I mean, you got to be like super disciplined and motivated it. And if you're not, it's going to be a struggle. So I feel for the kids and the parents more, but definitely from the teacher side, I think everybody just overwhelmed, and we just all have to give ourselves grace and understand that, education is not just academic. I feel like the faster we click onto that and we just understand that, it's going to be okay. Like, I don't think, all of this stuff that they have to learn, right, that they're saying they have to learn is not like, 100% necessary. Like, what's most important is in the household, like, life skills and teaching them character and things like that. And then you can, kind of help them as they get older to develop certain skills that they might need. But I just think that it's just too much. It's too much. My son, he is in middle school, and so he's a little bit more independent, but I still get messages. They communicate a lot through email. So anytime they send me an email, I send it right on over to him about any missing assignments and stuff. So I have determined I'm not going to drive myself crazy with that. I'm just not. I mean, I know, and this is, I know being in the education field, like, he'll be okay. Like he would be okay if he gets to some assignments or don't grasp on something right now. I mean, it's going to be okay. So I choose not to worry about that because it's, it'd be stressful. So I kind of take I'm kind of laid back, but I do. He knows he has to be in his live classes, and I tell him to make checklists and things like that. So as far as on his end, it's not bad, but he wants to be back in school, most definitely, and I think most of the kids do, unless they're kind of to themselves and stuff. Most of them want to be back in school. It's more work when you're online. So
yeah.
And I think, like, for me, so I'm in school too, in graduate school. And so, and we are doing distance learning as well. So it's just been
hectic, I'm sure.
So much about my daughter and the way that she learns. And so it's been good on that end. But like, as far as we're actually doing distance learning, I've learned what my limits are this year. So my husband, he completely took over her schooling because it got to a point where like I couldn't do it. Like, how you get to a point where you, as a mom, you think that it's like, okay, I can do this, I can do that, I can do everything, and you try to adjust. And it was the first year that I got to a point where I was like, I can't do everything that's going on this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then the teachers not doing their stuff on time, and then having the baby, and then I'm in school too. So, and I'm running my business, of course. So, like, I think the self-care is really important, and what your limits are. So, like, and I know a lot of times we get guilt as moms because we, like, I felt guilt when I had to sit down with my husband and he had to be the one to say, okay, I'm gonna take over this, like, because it was just too much. It was too much for me. So, like, I think self-care is really important. And, and on the back end, and I get messages from the teacher and stuff like that, but he's the one that's like over distance learning. And something that we found is really helpful is taking her cell phone and like putting the times of her class in there. So, like, how the bell ring at school? So, like, you have her little bell ring when she's supposed to go to class and stuff like that. The hardest part is that the teachers keep switching the classes up. So the teachers are still trying to adjust, and I get that. It gets a little frustrating because it's like one day she like in the morning. So that completely just took myself out of the equation until we could get some sense of normalcy because it was too much for me. So that's how my distance learning is going. I'm just focusing on self-care right now.
I don't blame you. I was like, it's a lot. I was not to like come in like to bring the business part, but like I'm sitting here trying to get it right here and trying to help my son. It's like then my 1-year-old destroying, running amok, and I was like, I'm trying to find stuff to keep him entertained, but at the same time, he has such a short attention span. it's like I feel like I'm running all over the place. So like I like what you said, like kind of know your limits. Well, both you ladies, like knowing your limits. Like okay, like what can I do like during this time frame while I'm in school, and like what exactly can I kind of push it aside until like a little bit later. So that's been like another thing for me. Like what am I like what am I supposed to be doing right now? Pick up like during this time. This is one of my busy season business, but like having to scale back and everything has just been rough because like I want to make sure my son's doing well and pay attention to what he's doing, but at the same time it's like I don't want to let that my business and stuff slide. So it's just the balancing act of it has been kind of hectic. But what I like when you said like the best.
So
and,
what
like,
are
do y'all
y'all
keep
doing for yourself to kind of break away? Oh, I can't hear y'all. Did y'all hear me?
I heard everything but that last part.
Oh, I was saying, so like, what are y'all doing for self-care for yourself, like with just to kind of break away from the everything that's going on?
Well, this month I've been trying to get back into like my taking my vitamins. Like I kind of neglected my physical health and all that other stuff, so I had to get back into like I did this like so like I started getting back to like a skincare routine, so I take my vitamins again, trying to make sure I have more time for like quiet time to kind of clear my head, like especially when it's like recess time. Like both my kids, I'll have them like take a nap or a quiet time so I can kind of regroup for the day. And so just little stuff like that. Or like during like the end of the week, I'll make sure I try to treat myself. I got myself like a little foot spa, so I'll do that like the end of the week so I have something to look forward to. But stuff like that. Like I've been trying to get back into the self-care aspect too, because I was like I'll get caught up, pay attention to myself. So, but what like, I would love to hear what y'all are doing.
I literally just try to keep a routine. I keep a routine like in first thing in the morning. Like my self-care is really just tuning in and getting that quiet time in with God. Like a king know, my son know that if you can tell a difference that if I don't have my quiet time, like I have a whole different mindset because literally that's where all of my peace come from. So I literally, take those moments of silence like before, like I'm up like, 5, 6 or something like that. And I'm up just, singing, praying and things like that. And that really sets the tone for my day. And then at the end of the day, I might wind down by like watching a TV show or something right before bed. But I'm really not that stressed. Like that's enough to that gives me my balance. The only days that I feel stressed is the days where I literally don't wake up and pray and have my quiet time because it literally makes a difference in how short-tempered I am and how frustrated I get. When I have that time in the morning, it just helps me to remember, like, okay, God, we got this. Like I push through any challenges that come because He's with us. And so that's my self-care. I literally don't have like a lot of routines and stuff like that. And then here lately, I've been trying to walk after dinner as a way to kind of just get into some fresh air and things like that. I will probably be considered like boring, but that's enough for me. Listen, I definitely noticed a difference in that.
Yeah,
so that's
I mean that's not like you gotta go. Yeah, but for like scheduling and like routine and stuff. Huh?
Okay, no, that's what I was saying. I was just saying. Oh no, I'm sorry, and I think it's like a lag. It's like a little lag. So I apologize. I was just saying I wanted us to kind of share some things that we felt like was, working well, like you said, with scheduling, like both of you ladies, are managing and growing your own business while, and, Jess says she's in school. And so, trying to like help moms that feel like they're juggling a lot of different things. I wanted to suggest one thing. I don't know if anybody has heard of learning styles, but basically, even as adults, all of us have different learning styles. Everybody can't, some people could watch this and get a lot of information out of it, and some people might have to have like a visual. Some people will have to, tie it to some type of activity or something like that. And it's the same way with our children. And so the sooner we can help them understand what their learning style is, the more we can help them be responsible for their own learning. So if they know they don't understand a concept or something like that, then they could, help. It helps them with like studying, and it helps you in helping them find resources to supplement whatever they're learning. Because YouTube is a good place to find supplemental stuff. Like say if they're doing, like double digit addition or something, and they're not picking up on it, then you could find like a YouTube video that like helps them practice. It's so many different resources out there. And I've created like a list for that because I believe education should be fun. And like I said, I don't believe education is not just academics. It's us helping our children develop and learn who they are as a person and as a future leader. Because at the end of the day, we're raising them to be, successful adults and not just for the moment. And so we want to help them to make a connection between what they're learning and how they might can use it in the future. And so you want to help them understand their learning style, and you want to help them to understand too, like we have multiple intelligence. So all of us basically, spiritual people might call it like gifts and talents. Like we all have different things that we're really good at, and we have, our brain is wired differently. And so, taking those assessments with your child kind of helps them, help strengthen those areas that, they need more practice in and things like that. So that's kind of like my 2 bit on it, like helping them to understand and helping them to be kind of motivated, because it is a challenge right now. And nobody wants to just look at a computer screen. And so hopefully their teachers are kind of making it engaging for them, hopefully. Because I be doing everything in my live class. I be like, turn up, I be playing music. We just be having a good time. So, hopefully fun, so yeah.
Yeah, I know his teacher is like trying to like engage, like, okay, type in the chat box, so let's do this or let's do that. So it's like that's definitely been helping him because like it kind of helps him feel like he's actually there and like learning and stuff. So I do like what you said about that. Like make sure you like know your child's learning. Y'all happen to know like any sites or anything that can help, or like if y'all have any like material that may help like other parents like try to figure out like what their child's learning style is, or like things they could probably do, or any recommendations. Sorry y'all, if y'all hear my kid. Y'all hear my 1-year-old, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I have some resources. I can come back and drop them in the comments, because it's like I don't know it off my head, but I can like find it and drop it in the chat box. You can also just Google and see, but I've come up with a whole list of where they can join the list, and I send all of those out. But I can drop, you just look up like learning style survey, and then they have ones where you can do it right there on the internet, or they have ones where you might have to be a little creative and use a sheet of paper and look at it online and maybe put like a check mark for each category, and then see which ones has the most. You might have to be creative if you don't have a printer or something. But it's definitely out there on the Google, and the world wide web has everything we need nowadays. So but I'll come back and drop a few things on there for everybody.
Okay.
JT Moore, she doing boss things over there. She said her self-care is taking a vacation. I know that's right. I gotta get on that level, because I can't. I ain't been able to take a vacation. Well, we did have a little vacation. We had like a little like for Labor Day. Me and my son went to the cabins, and we fished and went to the pool. It was like a
something, but I know
retreat
what you mean,
type
like a
thing.
real vacation.
Yeah, that's been a while. I need to get on that.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that sounds like a. So my last thing like was scheduling, and well, you said routine's pretty good. Do y'all? You probably said it, but you know our internet kind of spotty on this thing right now. Like with y'all routine, do y'all
Right.
have like a live session thing, or is y'all self-paced too? Or I mean, not self-paced, but
Yeah, they actually have a schedule that they have to follow. So his classes are 30 minutes each, and then he has like 10 minutes in between each class, and they have a 40-minute lunch break. So literally, you know, he just has to be in on time, and they ain't playing no games with them. Like they mark them absent and everything in each class. They,
yeah,
you know, give them you know, zeros if they ain't got their work in. So I was just like, listen, how you being marked absent all these times? What's going on with you? So again, I'm definitely not like on him. I won't even know unless the teachers call me. But I've been checking his stuff. But I just choose to not stress about it. I mean, I understand that. You know, like I said, if he doesn't get a concept or a topic or something, he gonna be all right.
yeah,
You know. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff that they learn now is not really, you know, not all of it is necessary. So that's just how I feel. That's just. But I love
yeah.
education though. But I'm not stressed about every, you know, every single. I'm just not gonna do it. So, but yeah. So yeah, he follows the schedule, so that helps. And I think most people have to follow a live schedule, and they're even talking about, you know, most people are going back. You know, most schools are opening it up to where they can come back. And so this, you know, they're talking about, you know, I guess each school is different. Like, what is your school system saying?
Right now they had like a cutoff date, but they had to turn back, and like the rest of us are doing like the online learning. I opted for online learning just because I just felt like that was just the best route to take, especially my younger one home. But like he had the
Okay.
option to go back, but they're kind of doing like a 9-week program. So right now they have it like set to where like we do online, and then like in 9 weeks they're going to reevaluate and see if they can bring the kids back or if they're just going to keep them home. So pretty much it's a waiting
Okay.
game. So I'm hoping he can go back in January, but we shall see. It's like I said, this has just been this has been a ride.
Right. It's definitely at least a
But
year. I mean,
I like
I
that.
missed,
Like that's been
I missed
helpful.
most
It's
of
just
the
like
conversation. I caught the end. So they actually letting the kids here go back now. So my daughter, she gonna be online for the rest till next summer. We not taking no chances. So but yeah,
I feel you.
they started going back a couple weeks ago. She started the first week of August. She started school first week of August, and they just started 2 weeks ago letting
Dang. Ours is kind of like still iffy. I think some places are still taking stuff in, but
mhm. It seems like the internet is kind of patchy on all our end for some reason. But what I
yeah.
want to say to that's watching the replay, you know, make sure you definitely in the chat, you know, let us know #replay, and then also rate your remote learning experience. So if you're feeling 1 very dissatisfied or 5 very satisfied, you know, or in between, let us know, and we
5.
would love you to you know, chat with you and share with you some thoughts of, you know, your challenges. Or but yeah, we just wanted to kind of chat with you guys and you know, see how everybody was doing, and having a you know, just encouraging each other, and you
Yeah.
know, giving tips. So definitely, if you watch the replay, let us know so we can
Yeah. Let us know in the
connect and
chat
see.
box. Reach out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, just connect. Don't be following us out because I know normally replays. I know myself, I'm more of a replay person that I can kind of like skip through and get to what I want to see. But like, yeah, just let us know how y'all handling it, and then we're gonna go ahead and like reply. Like, if you have any other questions about it, like these ladies are phenomenal when it comes to like teachings and learning stuff. Y'all know I kind of go, I'm just following along with whatever the school's going with, and then whatever extra supplemental stuff I usually do with my kid, because of course, like Charlene was saying, like it's good that they're in school, but also have something supplemental as well, because not everything's gonna be taught in school. And I know for a fact that my son fully paying attention to everything there, but we're making adjustments and we're bearing through. So, but I guess we can go ahead and wrap this up just a bit. So, y'all, I'll let y'all go ahead because we're on my mom mobiles page already. where to find y'all
Y'all can
online.
connect with them and more. I didn't hear half the.
It's okay, girl.
Yeah, we're gonna try again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my social media listed at the bottom.
Okay, and you guys can find me at on my Facebook page, Legacy Moms, and I'll drop that in the chat box. But on the page, you'll be able to go to my group. And my Facebook group is called Christian Moms Raising Leaders, and it has my website. I'm offering, some tutoring and things like that. And so some tutoring and some mentoring, like group classes. And so I would love to connect with you guys. So yeah, thank you. And what we're doing next time is we wanted to kind of leave it open. So if you watch the replay or whenever, if you're watching now, if you can give us some topics that you would think would be a good topic of discussion, you can let us know. If not, we might kind of do like self-care and kind of just talking. I think that would be a good topic. But if you guys could, share your thoughts, we would love to, and we'll be back. I'm sorry. I'm talking too much. You can.
No, girl.
Go
I was
ahead.
like, you're fine. Listen, I'm one of the people that don't really talk much, so I'm just sitting there like nodding, like, okay, I don't got to say it. So you good.
But yeah, we'll be back on next Sunday at this time. And so again, let us know in the chat box your thoughts, and we will see you on next week. So yeah, thank you for. I'm
Sunday
excited to be part of this conversation. Huh? Somebody said great convo, so that's awesome. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening. But yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback. If y'all catch the replay, just be sure to give us any kind of feedback and like anything you want us to cover a topic. I apologize about the internet. It's just for like the past month on my end. Just it's been a hit or miss. So we apologize about that. Like it's been cutting in or out. So we'll try hopefully it'll cooperate with us next week. But thank you guys for bearing through and watching. So we are gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all have a good Sunday night, and y'all know just hit us up.
Bye.
Bye.